Welcome to another blog post. This post is called Why We Don't Turn the Other Cheek in Hoodoo. It's a long-standing belief in some religious spaces that if someone slaps you, rather with words, disrespect, or outright harm, you're supposed to turn the other cheek. It's a phrase that gets thrown around like scripture-coded guilt, used to shame people out of defending themselves. But in Hoodoo, we don't subscribe to that doctrine. And before you confuse us with angry people or vengeful witches, let me explain the deeper reason. First, let's be clear about where the phrase comes from. Turn the other cheek is a quote from Matthew 5:39 in the Bible. It's part of the Sermon of the Mount where Jesus teaches about peace and forgiveness, but like many scriptures, this one has been ripped out of spiritual context and weaponized. For centuries, it has been used to manipulate, pacify, and spiritually disarm people, especially the oppressed. Enslaved Africans were told to turn the other cheek when they were whipped. Women were told to turn the other cheek when they were abused. Spiritual workers and truth tellers are still told to turn the other cheek when someone attacks their reputation, mocks their path, or harms their family. In Matthew 5:39, Jesus says, "But I say unto you, that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also." This verse is often interpreted as a call to passive acceptance of abuse or wrongdoing, but that's a complete misunderstanding of the cultural, political, and historical context in which it was spoken. In Jesus' time, striking someone on the right cheek was usually done with the back of the right hand. A backhanded slap was not just physical violence, it was a gesture of insult, dominance, and dehumanization. It was how a Roman master might strike a slave, or a superior might strike someone seen as beneath them. It was about power, not just pain. So when Jesus said turn the other cheek, he was not telling people to be passive. He was giving a non-violent but bold act of resistance. Turning the other cheek would force the aggressor to either strike with an open palm, which shows that the person is their equal, or not strike again at all, either of which broke the power dynamic. It was a way to reclaim dignity without mirroring the violence. Jesus' teachings in the Sermon on the Mount weren't about being a doormat. They were about challenging the systems of power and humiliation in ways that preserved one's inner sovereignty and moral clarity. So when colonizers and religious leaders twisted that teaching into a doctrine of silence and surrender, they weren't preserving scripture. They were manipulating it to uphold dominance. And that is exactly why many spiritual